I think after small groups, it's very important that we come back together as a community and see what happened in those small groups. Now, it's a time when we can share our voices because we're prepared. We've been listening, we've been contributing. We've got things to say now to everyone, and all voices count. What might we see in this clip then?
I think that when small groups they come together, there's more of different opinions, and when you connect all those opinions together, you get a bigger message.
Let's watch.
All right.
So the first thing I want you to think about is, how does this book relate to our whole concept, our whole big idea of missing voices and different points of view? So what? Why did we do this? What's this all about?
I think it relates to our big idea because did you notice how Little Rabbit was like asking all kinds of questions and stuff, but Big Rabbit was just saying like don't ask? The Little Rabbit almost kind of had a missing voice in a way because he wanted the questions to be answered.
Yeah, Little Rabbit, he did have like a missing voice in a way because as Dakota said, like he did ask a lot of questions which could have led to him not having a missing voice, but Big Rabbit prevented him like to ask those questions because he said it was none of our business and like be glad it's not us that has been taken away. But at the end you see he's gonna like use his voice in a strong way by like going to another community and helping them prevent the terrible things from happening to them.
Can you bring that idea now, step it outside of the book? So let's take out our background information, take a step outside of that. What does that mean for us, and where does that fit into our studies, the units we've done in class? Dan?
Yeah, from all that we've learned from all the books, we learned that you have to use your voice.
When we look at the book and we think that the terrible things are like terrible and the rabbits and all the animals are innocent, like we don't know a lot about the terrible things, just that they took the animals, so we're not really like sure about what the truth was in that book. So like point of view matters because looking at it from the animals' point of view, the terrible things were terrible. But then like if you were to say like to look at it from the terrible things point of view, the story might be totally different. The little rabbit was asking questions because he wanted like to know the truth, and so like he makes like an informed decision about what's going on and what the situation is.
As kids, we're usually really want to know what's going on everywhere. We want to like just not only hear it, but we want to see what's going on. You just gotta try and like figure it out. Like, and Little Rabbit, he just kept asking Big Rabbit what was going on, but everyone was really scared, so he couldn't really answer. But Little Rabbit, from what he saw, he got his own like knowledge, right? And by the end, he knew that he had to hide, he had to do something. And then once they came, he kind of just broke into action, and he just like did what he had to do.
The bystanders are basically silencing their own voice, and like if in your life one day you're watching bullying happens, you're the one who's actually silencing your voice instead of using it effectively, like tell an adult.
Any kind of really conflict that comes up, most people they would be kind of scared to show their voice. Maybe they would just walk away, try and forget it.
You try to like form an opinion or like create new perspectives on the situation that you're in.
One little action can like change the course of events that will happen in the future.
There's the basic pattern in this picture book, like how the animals are like, they're separating themselves from their victim companions.
The bigger rabbit, he never wanted to like tell anything about it because he was too scared to talk about it because he knew that those things were going to come back.
We thought what the other groups saw for their main idea, but then we talked about it more and we actually came up with the conclusion that it's sort of like if you see something wrong in the world, then you should take action instead of just standing there and being a bystander. Sort of like when there's bullying going on, like people just stand there, they want to do something, but they don't, so they just stay quiet.
It really gave me a strong feeling that no one was gonna learn, that they were always gonna keep it to the last minute.
So something interesting that Dan was saying, that repetition of the oh no, not again, that the repetition causes you to do that, oh no, not again, it's gonna happen again, aren't they ever gonna learn? And that was an interesting technique that the author used to cause you to feel that way. We've talked about our main idea, some of the techniques used. We've talked about some of the features of a recount. June has mentioned that, whose point of view. Alex has mentioned that it's written in chronological order. We have a lot of those things in similes, metaphors, a lot of your success criteria. This now becomes another mentor text for you when we start our next writing assignment. So keep that in mind.
That was fascinating for me to watch how the students are participating as a community in that. What are your views on that?
We're bringing it to the next level here. You're sort of, when you connect it to the big idea and you do the so what, the information that we were learning isn't given to us for no reason. It's supposed to contribute to our lives.
And one idea it sparks to another one, and until it keeps growing bigger. And it's not only the learning we learn in school, but the fact that we can apply it to the real world is important.
And Danny, how did you feel about others in the group not agreeing with your ideas?
When my classmates went against me, I realized that I had to choose my words wisely.
The film clip we just saw, does that free ourselves in that kind of dynamic to hear and give our voice freedom?
Well, it does, because we came from a small group into the big group, so we all came with our ideas.
Did you find yourself able to give your voice freedom?
I think so, because when you're starting from a small group and you have your own ideas and your classmates build on your ideas too, then you're able to bring that point across when you're talking to the teacher and to the rest of your classmates.
I like your point about building on other ideas. That's what it is all about, isn't it, really? And when you hear those ideas, you can strengthen your own and change your own, modify your own. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, like when sometimes you connect the dots, you hear a bunch of different ideas together, you're like, oh yeah, and that, and so it's sort of like that, yeah. Here, now I'm bringing it bigger. Now I'm getting the picture. So that's what inquiry is about.
How does your classroom community, the culture of where you spend your time together, help strengthen your individual voices?
What happens is that based on who you are and how you like to contribute in the class, you have a different job. Sometimes you have to try to lead a discussion and try to bring other people into it. Some people are a little more shy, because everyone has great ideas. You can learn that from the videos. But not everyone's as willing to give their voice. They silence themselves. So everyone plays a different part, and together, everyone gets their voices out, and they have an equal opportunities to give their opinions.
So the structures the teacher gives can help us find our voice and share that voice.
Our teacher doesn't directly tell us what to say in the classroom, but he or she prompts us to have our own answers and to build on our own ideas.
They give us the base of the structure, and the windows are always open so that we're able to fly freely around the building and just find what we need and then go straight into it.